When I started taking the Celergen, I don't have any health issues. I take it as this supplement as a maintenance to my body, to my health.
I see.
Now I'm the bunny jumping around, looking healthy, always energized.
My name is Rocky Chong. I'm 86 years old. To me, life is meant to be enjoyed, to live and enjoy. Life is beautiful, and for that, I must thank Celergen.
They introduced me Celergen. So I said, yeah, why don't I just try? So amazingly, after 1 month, my energy come back. Wow, I was like very surprised.
Right. So my next bone density test was actually scheduled in July 2025. Alright, I started Celergen in January 2025. When I went for the test, I was surprised, as you can see here. For the very first time, my osteoporosis reading reversed. Alright? I was officially out of osteoporosis.
I actually took Celergen after I was discharged from hospital and during the chemo itself. And I know that chemo is going to whack out all my cells, right? Good cells, bad cells, all whack out. I say that if there's any time that Celergen is going to do a wonderful, awesome job, is when my cells are all whack out, right? And then when Celergen goes in and all my healthy cells are going to, blossom in that sense. So,
Well, one of my medical checkup in June last year, the doctor told me, hey, I now hit a 9.1 sugar level without food, meaning I've crossed into the diabetic sector. And that's, in a way, I'll say it's a wake-up call. So in July, I started my first dose of Celergen. I take very consistent self-check on my blood sugar, and it actually started coming down from the 3rd month. Until my next review, that was 6 months down, it dropped from 9.1 to 6.2. So with this drastic down, I think what I didn't expect was I also lost weight. I lost 10 kg.
so February, I go to the clinic to do a routine check. The next thing, then she said, actually, no. Your pacemaker did not work at all in 2025. I said, huh? Actually, but that's a good thing. That means your heart is beating well by itself. So my pacemaker did not have to do any intervention at all. And so to me, that was like, oh. And then I realized what? I only did one very major drastic change. That commitment I made to myself, which is taking 2 Celergen every morning without any breaks. No excuses. Every morning wake up, just take 2, and then I go about my day.
The thing that impressed me most at first was my very first patient who started Celergen was actually someone who couldn't sleep. He had very bad insomnia, and we all label him as a drug addict because he goes to every different clinic, takes sleeping pills, take cough medicine, and I used to scold him because very young chap and taking all these medicines. So one day I told him, I tell you what, I'm taking something that helps me to sleep very well. Would you like to try? Then he said, how much? I said, it's about $12. Then he was like, $12 a tablet? If I can sleep one night without any medicine, $120 also I pay. So I said, very good, 1 box of Celergen. And after that, I never saw him. After that box of Celergen, I never saw him ever again in the clinic. And he's happily back at work without being labeled a drug addict by all the doctors and didn't have to be dependent on sleeping pills. So for that, I was like, wow. Yeah, so that's my most memorable patient, my very first patient, number 1. The other patient that somebody I just saw recently was a Indian patient who has rheumatoid arthritis. For a man to get rheumatoid arthritis is already quite rare, but his was really bad. So his fingers were really bad. He couldn't even open the door, he couldn't write, and all he wanted was either steroids or painkillers. So of course I'll fight with him because I don't like to give steroids and I don't like to give painkillers. So we had a big discussion. Finally, I say, want to try this or not, because it's something that helps in inflammation and it helps to build up your immunity. So he was desperate because I won't give him the medicine. Then he said, okay, I'll try. After 10 days, he told me, guess what? My joints are much better. I'm off all painkillers. This is about 8 to 9 months already. He's not taking any painkillers at all. And of course, he's not asking for steroids. So every time he runs into me or with his friends, he'll say, this is a doctor that saved my life.